fine.
Yeah. Plumber came yesterday, but I think it's good. Water heater. Bam, we're live. Hey, good morning.
What's going on?
You're back in the schoolroom.
Yep.
Caleb, what's up, dude?
Good morning.
Good morning, Caleb.
Good morning, Greg.
Yeah, you were up late last night, Greg.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
My littlest wasn't going to bed.
Do you ever? It's funny because last night I went to bed at 9:30 to try to be fresh for this, and then at like 11 got back up and then started texting you, and then I was surprised that you started responding. I was like, oh wow, misery
Reason
loves
was
company.
too.
Oh, she was coughing.
Yeah, dude. Every kind of bullshit imaginable.
I had my first last night was the first night probably in 3 weeks that we slept through the night without someone getting up with like a violent cough. It was awesome. My wife woke up with it was awesome. No stress when she woke up this morning. I'm almost more stressed out that she's stressed out.
Yeah.
Not almost. Do you get scared when your kids get really sick?
Sure.
Yeah. I try to tell myself it's unreasonable. I remember being like having a cold. I remember having a cold from when I was 12 till I was 25. Like a sore throat, like at least once a month.
I did real young. But you know what? I'm like the only one in the family that hasn't gotten sick. That right there. I come back here to allergies.
Oh, in Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What do you have there? I would think you wouldn't have allergies. Desert? Is it windy there or something?
Well, it gets windy, but there is no non-flowering plants, you know?
Right.
Oh, pollen all over the place.
So if it's
Everywhere.
there, it happens. Yeah.
The ugliest cactus in the world, you know? It's got a beautiful flower.
Yeah. I wonder if people are allergic to cactuses? I guess people are allergic to everything.
I think it affects our whole party, all of us, when we come back.
I also wonder. I mean, you went through those are some really severe. I don't know what the word is. I don't know if climate's the right word, but the moisture from Hawaii to just crazy dryness of Phoenix, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's got to do something to your sinuses. When we were in, I went to Los Angeles recently for 4 days, and a bunch of the guys were from North Carolina, and I didn't think it was dry there, but they could not believe how dry it was there. Their lips and their noses and all that shit. And I'm like, yeah, shit, we're in the middle of a desert that they pumped water into, right? Los Angeles is basically a desert, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if there was no city there, it would be categorized as a desert. Carson?
It's dry.
Yeah,
It's dry all the way up to the water's edge. I mean, look at pictures of San Diego from 1906, you know? And it looks like the desert rolled into the ocean.
Like Baja, California.
Very much so.
Yeah, Baja's a trip. There's cactuses all the way up to the Pacific Ocean. Just right there. We missed a lot. Oh yeah, it looks like a Clint Eastwood movie.
Wow.
That's right around the advent of photography, right? The turn of the century, 1900.
Yeah, no. No, we got good pictures of Lincoln, you know. Died in 65.
True.
Jazzerbrinn. Did I say it right, Caleb?
Sure, that looks right.
Our 5-year-old started jiu-jitsu this week, and he has funky cough but no fever, calling it allergies and taking them anyways because iron sharpens iron, exposure sharpens immunity. Yeah, I normally take my kids everywhere when they're sick, but this is the first time since we've had kids where they're coughing through in the middle of the night. Like their coughing's waking them up. Like you go in their room and they're sitting up coughing. You're like, damn. It sounds like it actually sounds like it's injuring them. Their coughs are so violent. Can you injure yourself from coughing? You must be able to injure your throat.
Yeah, your throat or like your diaphragm. Like you can strain your diaphragm. Like that's a muscle.
Yeah, they sound like a fucking frog.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible. I think I get like one good illness a year, and then that's it. Everything else is like I woke up and I had like a little bit of a sore throat, and I drink a hot coffee, and that's it, and it goes away.
Yeah, hot coffee usually does it for me too.
Just kills it. Yeah.
Any issues I have. A ton of shit has happened since the last time we talked in the news. Crazy. All of the jury weighed in on Trump. What was it? 43 or 34?
34.
34 indictments.
Felony convictions.
And then you and I were talking, and I had mentioned that there's this claim going around. I mean, you're hearing it everywhere. It's like the favorite talking point of the right now, that he raised $53 million in the week after the conviction. Do you believe that? Because I know you were like, I don't know. Where's that source from?
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I was just laughing that if Trump made the number up, it's twice reality. But
Right.
no, I think that's tabulated by FEC or something. I'm not in the least surprised. And on top of that, I'm even pleased.
I had two friends say that
There's something more offensive than whatever offense I may have taken about Donald Trump. And that's using the Department of Justice to alter the outcome of an election because your candidate is you have no chance otherwise.
Yeah.
That I find offensive. And it's because of that I wholeheartedly support Trump, even though I'm kind of an RFK Jr. guy.
Did you drill down and see some of the lawfare, I guess, is the term is being coined now, that they use? Like, one of the things is that mismanagement of campaign finance, what he did, is normally a misdemeanor, and like no one's ever been tried for a felony on that, and they found some sort of like obscure law that's never been used, that some people say was made for Trump in order to charge him for a felony.
Yeah, I'm pretty keen on a lot of the details. I know more about it than I need or want to know.
Yeah. Did I characterize that right? That basically,
and worse. I mean, it's that you really couldn't tell till summation what those subsequent crimes that turn these misdemeanors past the statute of limitations into felonies magically. And so there's no attempt to really defend it. No, this is there are already, I promise you, clerks writing the fix on this from appeal somewhere. I mean, it's a no-brainer. No one's proud of it in any sense other than the politicking.
How do you
it was designed to keep him from being president. And if it's time to start arresting assholes for ripping the fucking tags off of mattresses, fine.
That's a felony too, right?
Yeah, it's because I'm in violation of federal law. I remember seeing that as a kid. I'm climbing underneath the fucking chair, and it says it's fucking go to jail, but take this tag off. I'm like,
it's a massive tag. It gets in the way. I just want to tear it off every time I see it.
Does it still say that on there? What's it say on a mattress tag? Mattress tag.
I remember on furniture's on upholstered furniture.
Is it really illegal to remove a mattress tag? Why is that mattress tag come with a pesky tag claiming it's punishable by law to remove? Is it really true? That's right. The notification that the removal of mattress tags is punishable by law is not directed at everyone. It's just for the mattress manufacturers. Consumers, on the other hand, can safely remove these tags after purchase. Oh, wow.
Oh, thank God.
Finally, I can rip all these tags off.
Crazy.
I thought they were going to barge down on my door. Arrest me.
I don't have the video available, but Greg, recently you sent me that video of 2 rooms on fire. One with synthetic furniture.
Yeah, Westerland sent that to me.
Yeah, that was wild, right?
Fucking unbelievable.
It was.
I
It
mean,
was.
you know, 20 minutes into the burn, uh, in the natural fibers, someone with a garden hose could have put the living room out. 20 minutes in.
Right.
At 15 minutes, no one's alive in the house with the synthetic.
Oh yeah. Wow. Good find, Caleb. That was fast. And that's just from that's wow.
Look
That's
how
from
well
all the oil. That's from all the oils that are in synthetic materials.
Am I right? It's still put outable.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally.
Go forward. Look at it. It takes forever to set natural fibers on fire.
You can get the dog out if you wanted to, and the cat if you really liked it.
You could save the room. The house isn't destroyed. The one on the right, the house is destroyed. Yeah, 30 minutes in before it reaches.
Damn, that's crazy. It's also why you close the door when you go to sleep at night. Because if you close the door, you save like a couple minutes.
Think of what it would take to burn my log home down, Sevy.
Oh my goodness. Hey, but once it got going.
I don't know. We don't even have curtains. I don't know what the fuck would start it. I think you'd set the bed on fire, and I don't know if the walls would catch.
But if it did get going, you could see it from space.
Yeah, it'd take a month to burn to the ground.
Peter Benight, firefighters used to have 20 minutes to get everyone out. Now they have 3 minutes. Wow.
Jeez.
Oh, Eric Wheaton, he's a firefighter. You're just as much at risk of dying in a fire than you were in the 60s. Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. I don't remember this either. What does this mean? Kids these days don't remember seeing Interpol warnings before watching a movie too.
Oh, yeah.
They used to put up like the planet's most want pictures of people the most wanted in the world.
Yeah, it was something like that. I can't. Let me see if I can find it.
Do you remember that, Greg?
About stealing the contents.
Yes.
Oh. Like we
like
see now before a UFC fight, FBI, if you rebroadcast this, that kind of shit.
Yeah, is that what they're talking about?
Oh, okay.
Unauthorized reproduction exhibition, and blah 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 blah. And they used to like make it a cool commercial, whereas like it's not cool to sell copyright movies on the streets or whatever. There was like a guy in like really baggy pants and a wife beater with a plastic table outside of his down some alley with like a bunch of movies just laid out on the table. There's shit like that.
This is for everyone with their like tripod and their iPhone at the drive-in.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And there were VHS tapes around like that, I remember. Like you could get a VHS tape of Star Wars and it was someone filmed it in the movie theater.
Right. And it's like a really shitty filming of it. Like somebody's head gets in the way every 30 seconds kind of thing.
Yeah.
You get in Iraq by videotape of just released movies, but you'd see people walking by and shit.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
in
right.
The theater.
Some kids selling it outside the gate.
I remember there was a bar somewhere in the middle of nowhere, probably where you live, Caleb, and they were bragging online that they pirate the UFC fights. This is pretty recently, a couple of years ago.
Really?
And Dana warned them before, like, hey, don't do that again. We're gonna come after you and find you. If you do, and they kept bragging about it, and they sent someone over there and they caught the guy and they fined him. Bar reproduced stealing the UFC fight and streaming it in the bar.
No shit.
Yeah, and they busted the dude.
We did that in an L1.
Streamed a UFC fight.
Projected it onto the wall. That and the beer at night. It was a huge fucking hit.
That's a great idea.
At one of the MDL ones at the gym at HQ, I remember I played the UFC fight in the evening, and we all gathered around, but we didn't steal it.
Pay the $70.
What was it?
I mean, we paid for it. We just showed it probably illegally in a public area or something.
Yeah, in a for-profit business.
Rodney Troyer, it's still happening for UFC and boxing. I could send you the website. Yeah, any time I complain on the internet that I can't see a NFL game in my area, someone will immediately send me a direct message being like, "Here's a link."
It's
Go
so
ahead.
easy, dude.
Yeah, watch it. That's how you know you're old, when you don't know how to do shit like that anymore.
Yeah, I watch all the UFC fights. All the
On like weird links and shit you get like off of Reddit and stuff.
Yep. Save myself some money.
Did you see this Japanese it's the bottom link. Japanese official apologizes for injuries and deaths linked to COVID-19. It was the biggest protest in history against the WHO in Japan, of all places. Japanese government officially apologizes for the mass injuries and deaths linked to the COVID-19 vaccine. This politician got lymphoma from the COVID-19 vaccine. Former Minister for Internal Affairs and Communication, Kazuro Haruguchi, who is now part of the Japanese House of Representatives, made his public apology during a protest against the World Health Organization. I apologize to you all. I apologize to all of you. So many have died. They wouldn't have. That shouldn't have.
You know, I want to be clear on something.
Yeah.
We say he got lymphoma from the vaccine. He may have and he may not have, and we can speak about that probability, blah, blah, blah. But I want to make this point. When you have a 40% increase in all-cause mortality in working age people, what you know is something's horribly wrong, and it makes a certain kind of sense to attribute that to the vaccine. And indeed, I think that is the case of that. And I believe that the insurance industry feels the same, but it gives me no information about any particular individual. Do you get that?
Say that last sentence again. What about an individual?
It provides no information about any particular individual in their lymphoma, heart attack, sudden death.
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
Gotcha.
But do I believe that's going on? It's at this point fairly obvious that there's something hugely amiss with the vaccine. Hugely amiss.
Right.
Okay, that nobody's proud of the outcome, and I think for that reason, look, what's the plausibility? Again, I was telling Emily yesterday, Broken Science needs to have a competition where we put up $5,000 for the best explanation that sounds positive for the vaccine companies, why they need 70 years before they reveal the raw data. Put that in a positive light and win $5,000.
Do you remember their excuse?
Wasn't it like the public's not ready for it or something?
No, they said it would take 70 years for them they need to go through it once first, and it would take them 70 years to go through it once before they reveal it.
And it's just a coincidence that's enough time that everyone that got the vaccine is dead and everyone involved is dead.
Sevog Vartanian, stop calling it a vaccine. It's an experimental gene therapy. Fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
The gene therapy.
Guess what, pal? It doesn't matter what you call it.
We tried to bring this case.
What it is herd management, and it's an abrogation of our rights as individuals. It's collectivist. We got public health.
Don't you think it does matter what you call it in terms of the fact that like that's all the word fuckery that we've been dealing with? That's like inclusivity is really about is just means to exclude people who don't think like you.
It has all of its problems, and they're fucking huge, and it has every single one of them, regardless of what we call it.
Right, but it was misnamed on purpose.
It's one of those ways. Yeah, okay. It's not a vaccine. I watched Fauci the other day.
Yeah.
He came off exactly as I thought he'd almost have to, given what's transpired.
He seemed like he's 50% of the man
he says
he was.
There was no effort to minimize the origins of the virus from Wuhan, and as if none of us were there while that was going on. And then they play audio tape of him on Newt Gingrich's podcast talking about the language. I don't remember what it was. It's hilarious though. But he fucking downplayed it because he's responsible for the thing.
I put a clip up on my. Will you play that clip from my Instagram, Caleb? Yeah. Basically, he admits he admits that we're going to make it so Facebook and Amazon and companies like that will enforce, and Noble, the title sponsor of the games. Yeah, go ahead and play this. This is fucking crazy.
Once people feel empowered and protected legally, you are going to have schools, universities, and colleges are going to say, you want to come to this college, buddy? You're going to get vaccinated. Lady, you're going to get vaccinated. Yeah. Big corporations like Amazon and Facebook and all of those others are going to say, you want to work for us, you get vaccinated. And it's been proven that when you make it difficult for people in their lives, they lose their ideological bullshit and they get vaccinated.
Meaning, we won't let your kids go to school, and we won't let you go to work and make money for your family, and we won't let you get on airplanes, and then you'll bend the knee. Right?
Yeah, ideological bullshit. My body autonomy. That's the ideological bullshit, and that's because this motherfucker is in charge of herd management. Just
What's
like you would at Yellowstone with a bunch of fucking white-tailed deer or whatever the fuck's up there. And your concern isn't for the individual nor the individual's rights. It's your concept of the collective whole. Does this sound familiar?
Tell me.
The abrogation of individual rights for some moron's view of what an ideal world or society would be like?
Yeah.
Oh. Sounds like something we fought a war over.
It's how we end up with the CDC weighing in on racism and gun ownership.
I trip on how many and think of all the cowards there are. Like I was thinking the other day, I only remember one athlete in the CrossFit space saying, "Fuck you, I'm not taking the vaccine." This girl named Danielle Brandon. And in the NFL, it was Aaron Rodgers. It's wild to me. The biggest sponsor for the games that year, Greg, was this company called Noble. It was they're proud of the fact they were a brand before they had a product. They're like, we were a brand, and we were trying to figure out what we would make.
I was there at the inception of that thing.
And they put out a statement saying their employees had to be vaccinated. Someone in the CrossFit space, a space that one of the most well-known.
Expected different from Noble.
I expected different. I expected a community that lives under the credo of we have a cure for the world's most vexing problem, and understanding comorbidities that you've educated us on for years and years would be like, wait a second, we're already inoculated from this. I mean, I
like the idea of a company called Noble having a lack of nobility and full of bullshit. It's put a big smile on your face.
They've started a new company. It's called like Whole Earther.
Didn't someone buy them?
I think someone did. I think Tom Brady.
Guys around or whatever.
I think like Tom, I think some of the people, the original people who were there fled. They ran for the hills, and then now I think one of the guys has a new company, that's called
While on Earth.
Oh, While on Earth. While on Earth, a soon-to-be launched performance wellness brand, footwear, apparel, and accessories for those who move, go, and do. This is Noble 2.0. Augustus Link, they left the bull behind and just took the shit. Yeah, I want those. I wish those people would just leave the space. I wish they'd go sell M&Ms or something, candy bars.
It's trash.
We tried to respond with Japan's medicine when biological weapons like Corona spread. The guy called it a biological weapon. The official added, it was ivermectin developed by Dr. Satoshi Omura. So I didn't know ivermectin was developed in Japan. We tried to bring this case, and it was first proposal to the national diet. However, they were crushed. Why? Because they were cheap. He explained that ivermectin would have interfered with sales of the vaccine. Haraguchi went on to explain that he received lethal dose of the vaccine last year and developed a rapidly progressing incomplete somatic type T-cell lymphoma. Hey, it's like the Chris Como thing. He got sick, right? The same thing Chris was pushing, calling anyone who didn't take the vaccine an idiot on CNN, and now he's sick.
My father was a shocking 88, 89-year-old guy, and they got his vaccine in part so he could go to Costco, right? You had to show your vaccine card to get in. And just yielded to it. He didn't expect anything from it, but within 6 months, I mean, he's at the Mayo Clinic and they're scratching their heads. They said everywhere he wasn't bleeding, he was clotting. They couldn't figure it out. And his demise was miraculous post-vaccine. I was open to the idea of the vaccine injury, and my sister got her hands on his card and went to how bad was my batch. And man, my dad got a bad fucking hand. You know,
you punch in the code. There's some number on the injection you got, and then they correlate it to number of excess deaths.
Yeah, and what a great. That's as good as I hate my suburban.com. You know.
Oh, is that a real website?
Yeah. It's actually entertaining.
Likewise, in nearby Philippines, an intense discussion took place in the House of Representatives regarding the alarming rise of more than 290,000 excessive deaths. Crazy. Hey,
you know, it's kind of like RFK Jr. on Fauci. Take a look at him. Come back and defend the guy. If 1% of that book were fucking true, RFK Jr. would be litigated into another galaxy. But no, the problem is it's all true, and it reads like the fucking indictment that never came. It's amazing.
I can't believe we lived through that. I can't believe that we're actually talking about this like it happened.
It's like 5 years ago now.
Well, I wonder how many people didn't get the injection because of you.
Because of me?
Yeah, like I didn't get it because of you. Like
really?
if you hadn't have taught me how to think, what questions to ask, how to look at things, I'd probably, between you and my wife, I probably for sure would have gotten it. I wouldn't have had the critical thinking tools to be like, hey, wait a minute.
I was in a very fortunate position to be watching with a microscope the CDC's reporting of flu deaths as this thing all came onto the scene. And the party line never got on the right foot with me. And it just kept getting worse, from the sequencing to the CRC with diagnostics to the emergency provisional use on the test, to it lapsing, to the specificity and sensitivity never being scientifically established on something with the, and the jimmying with the death records, and the whole thing was nuts. The flu disappearing. the first time ever.
The flu disappearing is just bizarre. It's just bizarre. Pat Lang, the people who are claiming the hundreds of thousands of excess deaths are just as bad as the people who are trying to claim COVID death on a car accident victim. I think what you mean, Pat, is the people who are claiming the hundreds of thousands of excess deaths on the gene therapy. But the excess deaths are the excess deaths. I mean, those can be seen from 2020 to 2022, and then you look at 2021 and you're like, uh-oh, what happened here?
Yeah, Pat doesn't get it, I don't think. And the understanding for this thing, there's no better place than from insurance companies. They're fooled by none of this. And the insurance companies hold a insignificant amount of risk to the tunes of hundreds of billions of dollars in these shady little policies that if you work for any big corporation, you get immediately effective on hiring. And it's some amount for death, disability, and injury. It ain't going to pay for shit, but it's, it's better than a sharp stick in the eye. And think of every big company you've got, write down 500 numbers of companies, and I'm going to tell you what, every one of their employees has one of these policies, all right? And so they have and they share the risk, they spread it around, they sell it, they fucking know what millions and millions and millions, it could be 100 million people with outstanding fucking jobs, they know when they're injured, sick, or die. And they find out right away what from. Because that's the fucking business they're in. And what they're telling you is the vaccine sucks. That's what they're telling you. That's what they're blaming it on. That's the official word. Now, what's in it for them in going public with that? Very little. Look at the Dowd book. That's his origins. That's where this comes from.
It would be like a casino losing money playing at a blackjack table and for 3 days straight, and with the same dealer, and not going over and being like, "What's going on over here?"
Hemorrhaging out of one poker table.
Yeah,
guys, or a roulette table where just like they took $175 million from us last night. What?
right. Fantastic book, Causes Unknown, The Epidemic of Sudden Deaths in 2021, 2022. It's a book full of amazing big picture to nuances to details with a barcode near every single story. Hundreds of barcodes in this thing, so then you can point at the barcode and you can research.
It's a QR code.
QR code. Sorry, QR code. Yeah. So you can research what the author
stay as busy with that as I did with Hunter Biden's laptop, which was so fucking obviously real. You'd have to be stupid to think it was Russian intelligence. You'd have had to have been stupid to believe that. In the very same sense that you might watch Blair Witch Project and think it's real. You'd have to be that kind of dumb.
Right.
And in fact, my one buddy who thinks it's all Russian also thought Blair Witch Project was real.
It's based on real life events, though, so it's got to have some level of truth, right?
The anguish of the women surrounding that kid reads like it's so real. If any Russian could write that well, he'd be another Quentin Tarantino. You can tell the difference between things real or not if you've got any kind of brain going at all. And the pain and suffering that he has caused the people around him couldn't be faked. And then you get to see you can watch the video of him getting a fucking foot job or jerking off on a pizza. I mean, it's like, AI there. No, it's what makes the videos real.
Did he really jerk off on a pizza?
Yeah. What makes the videos real to me is how obviously real the on and on and on texting is between he and the unfortunate women that have had to be close to him. Go to the Marco Polo Project, dig in on that. And now his dad's Justice Department is, the laptop's Exhibit A.
I want to read to you this crazy quote I heard the other day. The news didn't really pick it up. How ironic it was. This is Biden, quote, "And by the way," he continued, "I say to every young man looking to get married, marry into a family of 5 or more daughters. I did. My wife is the oldest of 5 sisters. You know why? One of them will always love you, not the same one." And I'm like, dude, the irony is that your drug addict son ended up fucking your dead son's wife. Fuck. She's going to testify, right?
Then put some shit up on the porn site.
Hey, are those 2 women testifying? Is his wife and his brother's wife?
I don't know, but I want to go here.
Yeah,
I don't want to see anything happen to Hunter beyond what would happen to anyone else that had been in a similar situation with it. I don't want more or less. I don't want to see Hunter suffer for what the Democrats did to Trump or tried to do, failed to do. I think they've created a monster, which has got me laughing. Anyways, I always blame Trump on Obama. I said Obama yanked the wheel so hard to the left, we yanked it the other way and got Trump.
Wow, he looks like he's out of his mind right there. His eyes are crazy.
He is. It's a sad thing, but it's real as fuck.
Hey, the charge is that he bought a gun while being a drug addict, and you can't do that, right? He lied on his gun application.
He signed a form saying he wasn't a drug addict. So he lied on a federal form in application for a firearm, something his father has been historically very tough on.
Eaton Beaver, Sevon, RFK was on Kill Tony on Monday. Did you hear that he had a worm in his brain? I think I had heard that before. He was on Kill Tony, huh?
Yeah.
Mason Mitchell. Go ahead, Caleb.
It looks like I don't think the episode's out yet, but it looks like he just walked up on stage and started doing stand-up.
Oh, wow. RFK was on Kill Tony this week. His wife awkwardly came on stage and pulled him off before he said something offensive. You have to watch.
How do you know that she's pulled him off before he could say something offensive? Because he said nothing?
Well, he must have said something about China. RFK's view of China is spot on. Sevi, you were a huge reason I didn't get the vaccine. I made sure my husband didn't get it. Well, thank you. I was just sharing my nightly conversations with Greg and taking credit for him.
This one had stink written all over it from 2019. At the very first talks, I'm like, how in the fuck are you seeing this? Because I can see what your talents are for seeing the flu. They're non-existent. And they really fucking suck. Some of it their own fault, most of it not. It's not a simple thing to tally your flu dead. It's not. Not when you have people dropping like fucking flies from chronic disease.
The excess death data across the globe is consistent with a mass event that can only be explained by a common cause. Mortality tables are extremely stable. To have an unexplained 2% increase in excess death rate globally is all the proof you need that the experiment failed or was successful.
Hey, the insurance fella said that a 10% increase is a 200-year event. He says we've had a 40, and he doesn't know how to put numbers to it because there hasn't been enough actuarial experience, data, nor history to talk about that kind of thing. It's great. It's got some of the vibes of an early mass extinction. While we're worrying about the climate warming, we're standing in line and poisoning ourselves. And the hilarity isn't lost on me that I got people that I know and care about that are sorting through their cornflakes looking for the genetically modified organisms, but they stood in line to have themselves genetically modified. and shamed me for not doing it. I was supposed to get genetically modified too and help them dig through the cornflakes looking for the bad ones. It's a wonderful insanity. It's even got the doomsday cult part to it, right? Because while you're standing in line, you can talk about all the things that climate change has done.
Right. You mean waiting for your injection?
Uh-huh.
With the others?
Yeah.
Or where you got your cool mask
the
at?
bird flying in the window to the flooding in your basement. It's all climate change. Hey, I'm next. You know, these are the same people that wait all night for a week long for their new iPhone too, I think. I'm not sure.
Outside.
Did we get ours, Sevi? Did they come?
No, not yet. July 2nd.
Okay.
Pat Lang, it's just weird that I know a total of nobody that's been injured, died young, or got sick. I know a lot of people. You'd think the stats would bear out me seeing some negative effect. Hey, Pat, so I've asked probably 100 people who've gotten the injection, did you have any side effects? And not a single one has said no. Every single one has said yes. Every single one has been like, yeah, something was weird with my heart, or I didn't feel good, or I had trouble sleeping, and I find it very hard to believe that you don't know anyone who didn't have some sort of effect from it. That seems unbelievable to me. Maybe you just didn't ask. Maybe they're not telling you. I guarantee you that people don't want to tell you that. Yeah, a lot of young men I've asked.
I can tell you how to have a different experience, and I can tell you how to have his experience.
How?
I got to tell you, I mean, sitting in Santa Barbara by the side of the pool having Grubhub deliver shit, it wasn't that bad, the whole lockdown thing. I'll just be frank with you. Having the kids at home was a little rough, but we figured that out. Once I factored in the school shooting angle, the homeschooling became an inevitability or just a moral imperative, and then the whole thing got fun.
And it's not fair because you have 10 kids.
But I wasn't in Camden, New Jersey, in a tenement where there hasn't been windows, where there glass, where there are windows in a decade, unable to come outside. And so it wasn't the same for everyone. Some of us, our kids got smarter. Others, they got stupid. It's a tragedy, a national tragedy, and the point has to be made that there's no amount of science education or expertise that should allow anyone to have control over how it is that we accept, process, or deal with the risk. It's not the role of scientists or anyone at the CDC to tell me how many children's suffering is worth closing the schools down. That's a more important decision made way above their pay grade that takes other things into account. And if we don't do so, what this herd management ends up with is the CDC telling us who we should vote for president, weighing in on my expression of the Second Amendment. What the fuck does Fauci know about the true cost of shutting down schools? It's a laughable concept to think that there's something in his education or experience that could speak to the true costs of that. And that he thinks so is a fatal conceit of the collectivist mindset. He's not thinking about people, he's thinking about the herd.
Yeah, what does that mean when you say herd management?
If you don't like the numbers in a herd, you go out and shoot the strongest, healthiest, fittest males for the betterment of everyone.
Mm.
It has all that A and B deciding what C should do for D quality to it. It's wonderfully collectivist. We're going to knock down your door, drag you out, and vaccinate you for your own good. I understand that steps on your toes a little bit, but what we're treating is everybody, not you. Public health turns into Animal Farm at the blink of an eye.
Say that again. What turns into Animal Farm?
Public health.
Oh,
Public
right.
Our public health department decided that shutting down all of our schools for the coronavirus and forcing masks on everyone and destroying countless fucking businesses, truly countless. No one's got a handle on that yet.
I mean, I think the number is openly public that it's more than 10,000 small businesses were closed in California alone.
How about how many of them are limping along doomed? I saw that in Kauai. I see it in LA.
I was talking to a owner of a thriving business in the CrossFit space, and he was saying that basically during the lockdown, their business went to shit. Obviously, they sell things to affiliates, this business, and then when it came back, 30% of the affiliates were gone, and they still haven't rebounded. The Baskin Robbins by my house was flourishing. It stayed open the entire time.
Oh, thank God.
Essential business. You know who didn't have any vaccine side effects? Those who didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Mrs. Burns from SabbathEssentials.com. The lockdown was great for me. Florida still had a job, rode my bike to breweries, and hung out with friends all day. I did a lot of that too.
It's an amazing ordeal.
Is Fauci going to be prosecuted for anything?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know.
Caller, hi.
Bill or Hillary?
Hey, caller.
Hillary launched the Russian collusion thing. Look at what she got away with.
$1 million from her campaign I saw the other day was used to create the dossier.
It was attorneys we've retained were involved. Hey, you play enough litigation game.
Yeah.
And I see law firms and lawyers and people.
Love your show.
Sorry, go ahead.
Love your show, Greg. You're awesome. You're amazing.
Sweet. We, the law firms that you hear in the news and lawyers, some good, some bad, we've had connections.
Caller, do you want to say something?
Yeah.
Sorry, Greg.
Yeah. So, listen, the reason why COVID got so bad is because there's too many beta males in this world. They're all worried about football games and eating Cheetos and drinking their lives away.
Fair enough.
And as far as the COVID vaccine is the only person in my family that got it was my wife. She was a healthcare worker and she got it at the very beginning. And the people that say there's nobody that gets nothing repercussions from it they don't know what they're talking about. Everybody I know that's had something, like my wife was borderline anemic, but after the vaccine, she had to get so many Benefer irons to get her iron back up that her platelets got so low, they were basically almost died. And everybody I know that got it, if they had anything, they constantly, any already pre-existing condition, they all got worse. So, you know, and I think it's planned. They want to ruin the country. One world order.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
But
Hey, so
you guys
your
are
wife
awesome.
got it and you didn't? Why didn't you talk her out of it?
No,
Oh,
I tried. It was at the very beginning, and obviously the hospitals were all like, well, everyone's going to lose their jobs, and you guys are going to be around COVID. And like when it very first rolled out, she was like one of the first hospitals that got the Pfizer, and she got 2 shots and never got another one. And she fought, and they threatened her job because she wouldn't get the boosters. She's like, I'm not getting it again.
We've got a friend that nurses in the UC system, and she in like a 3-month period, she went through, maybe it was longer, but it was like, pack your bags, you're out of here because you won't get vaccinated. To, hey, come back, we're sorry, here's some pay. To if you have COVID, wear a mask. To like, we don't give a fuck what you got, get in here. All along with pay raises. Still not vaccinated.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
you know what's fascinating too?
She has to go to work if she has COVID.
Oh yeah, right. I saw that too.
Yeah,
Caller,
they did. Yeah, they were making them. Yes.
caller in the
Go ahead.
Netherlands, they didn't give any. They didn't give any of the first responders or nurses the vaccine, but they were very strict in mandating it for the public. Isn't that fascinating?
That's
Because they didn't want to risk
that is
hurting.
fascinating.
Yeah, they didn't want to risk hurting the.
Our fireman friend in Santa Cruz was all gung ho about the vaccine. He got vaccinated. Then
That's
some personal concerns in what he saw on the job. First 2 teenage strokes he'd seen in 20-something years on the streets. He called asking me what you had to do to get unvaccinated.
I remember that.
And I was like, "Ugh, that's."
I mean, there's supposedly a protocol that you can do to help get the spike protein out of your system, but I don't know exactly what it is.
Killing yourself.
Kryptonite.
Yeah,
You need kryptonite. All right, caller. Thank you.
We did have a
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Have
Go
a-
ahead. Go ahead.
No. we did have a friend's daughter that got it. She was 16 and she was begging because obviously all of her friends were getting it, and she went and got it, and she had to quit. She was a competitive cheerleader, and she had to quit cheerleading because her heart rate spikes to the 190s with any little exercise whatsoever. Like she can walk and do normal things, but as soon as she goes to try to run or whatever, her heart rate instantly spikes and she feels like she's going to pass out.
That's what I've heard from dozens of young men in their 20s.
And it's insane. And for the fact that so many people allowed this to happen is crazy. But yet they're ready to help roll out all their new systems like global warming and all this other stuff. They really think these people have any benefits to help us. They're out of their freaking mind.
Thank
And
you,
it's-
caller. You're
don't
awesome.
forget, it's climate change now. It's no longer anthropogenic global warming. It's just climate change. Which
Cape
is
to Cape to Coast.
beautiful. Had to come out of a PR firm.
Yeah, language. Cape to Costa. I took a stand at my affiliate and announced that I will not be checking vaccine passports. I lost 20 to 30 members, but I don't care. To this day, it's one of my proudest moments of my life.
Yeah, I'm proud of you too.
That guy's handsome.
What's he wearing? Oh, he's carrying a baby? No, he's got his arm up.
I think he's just got his arm up.
Hey guys, I got the Boeing rocket ship launch going on, and I was wondering earlier this morning. I wanted to ask you: is it the kind of thing like if I don't trust your airplanes and I don't think I'd be like, oh, but the rockets are good.
Don't worry. The rockets are good.
How much faith? Because they DEI'd their place. There's into like planes are falling from the sky. Where's the maybe they just take things more seriously for space than they do for passenger planes.
If I'm an astronaut, I'm taking the next one.
Yeah,
Get the SpaceX one.
I want to ride in Elon's.
That's right. Oh, oh no, you're right. Yeah, absolutely not. I'm taking a SpaceX.
Wayne Lang, since vaccine, my Apple Watch regularly shows I have atrial fibrillation. I've not felt anything different, and the doc tells me it isn't anything to worry about, but something has clearly changed. I had a 29-year-old family member.
Shit when they're in AFib, right?
Say that again.
I think people feel like shit when they're in AFib. I think they know something's wrong. Isn't that right?
They do.
Yeah, it's
There's-
not a.
It's pretty
Oh,
evident.
you're kidding me! I'm glad I got the cardio mobile thing or whatever that is.
Apple Watch is really telling me something I didn't know.
I had a 29-year-old family member die in his sleep a few days after job coerced the third jab. A coworker's son, 21, had heart attack in sleep, survived, now wears heart monitor, 3 jabs. The lady, the marathon runner, conservative representative over at CNN, 56-year-old healthy woman, just died of a heart attack. And I went on her Instagram, of course, and she was celebrating her injection and all of her boosters. Yeah. Thumbs up. Froggy Will. Greg, hi. Any advice getting coaching experience outside of classes at the affiliate? Any quals other than the L1 worth getting just as a foot in the door?
It's a good question. I don't have easy answer.
What does he mean by that? Coaching experience outside of classes, meaning like where to teach people?
Yeah, I mean, what are the resources available to learn this stuff? And I'd say original journal material and doing it, being in the gym every day.
I heard a cool story the other day. Taylor brought his mom, and she stayed in the house when they went to the Northeast semifinal. And Souza said that when they were in the backyard, he was coaching his mom. He coaches his mom through workouts.
I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so, you know, I mean, getting a broad swath of different kinds of people to coach in different ages, going places where you can find people of different ages is probably huge too.
Hey, Sevi, I need some inputs and soon from you and Matt and Caleb. There was I'm being asked about the music recording studio and having podcast quality wiring and setup and all that. And I think I really want that in the lounge area where the kitchen table, the 10-foot chalkboard, and the fireplace are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'll make the connections with you, maybe you can help have Matt and you guys pitch in and see what we need to do.
Yeah.
I think I want to broadcast from and in terms of the physical school room, we want lighting, wiring, and power for almost any conceivable scenario, right?
Yeah. It's cool that you asked that because just the other day we were trying to do a podcast with more than 4 people live in the same room. And we couldn't figure it out. And, you know, for like 100, the equipment is now, the pricing has dropped down so much, but you can buy, there's so much crazy stuff you can do. And you're going to want a podcast studio that can have more than 4 people. You're going to want so you can do a round table with 8 people. And it's not even that difficult to do, but you just have to think ahead.
Okay. So I want this capacity from the lounge room, I think, and not the music room.
Yeah. And they have these cool.
Doesn't have the chalkboard. It's going to be soundproof. There's no fireplace. There's no screen to show shit on. I would suffer for production quality to be in a more comfortable environment.
But you could put a screen up there, right? I mean,
in the music room.
Oh, you mean in a separate room? You want to do it?
I want to do it in with the lounge or kitchen area of the schoolhouse.
Yeah, awesome.
Where there's a 10-foot board, a fireplace, a refrigerator, bathroom.
Yeah. And they got these amazing tables, Greg, where they're multi-purpose, but they have these holes in them where the mics come out of, and it's so clean and beautiful. Caller, hi.
Good morning, Savon. How are you?
I'm great. I'm happy. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've had Greg on.
Yeah, he's amazing. I wanted to call in this morning and pay my respects. Mr. Glassman, thank you for the methodology. It's awesome. CrossFit is so fun, challenging. And I think you said the greatest adaptation when we do it is between the ears. And I've always thought that was super cool. So thanks for all that you do and keep fighting the fight.
Thank you for that recognition. I appreciate it, sir.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Sevi. Bye.
Bye. Mike McCaskey. I had a friend that died from major blood clotting within 30 days of his jab. He was healthy with no pre-existing conditions. Nick B. I truly didn't experience any known side effects from it, nor the booster. Awesome. Happy for you. That's cool, Nick. I was more impacted by the shingles vaccine when I turned 50. I'm not pro-vax, but I only got it so I could stay in the Navy. Yeah, there's some crazy stats on the shingle vax. Like horrible stats. Like it's like 75% of the people have like some sort of severe
Dude.
What'd you say? It fucks people up?
Yeah. Well,
Hey, Sevi. Hey, Sevi. My name is Paul Sebastian. I'm really nervous to do this. I've been watching the podcast now for the past 30 minutes, and I've been contemplating whether or not to call you. But just to piggyback onto your conversation about the COVID vaccine, I messaged you a while ago, and I am now 1.5 years post bone marrow transplant. I was diagnosed with multiple myeloma in October of 2020. And the pushing of the COVID vaccine, it doesn't stop there. I can't tell you how many times my doctor pushed all of the vaccines, like the Hep C vaccine, the COVID vaccine and stuff like that to me. And you don't know how difficult it was. Again, listening to the people talking about the vaccines, I read the book that Greg promoted, and it was very hard to push back. But eventually, you just have to be stern and say to them, "Look, this is my body," And they didn't even take into account that I've been following Greg's philosophy now for 14 years. And they looked at me, they were like, "You need vaccines to help to prevent you from getting Hep C," which, if you well know, that's a vaccine for people that are, intravenous drug users and, have the risk of STD and stuff like that. So it doesn't just stop there.
Hey, good on you for pushing back. Do you feel relieved now that you made it through that and you pushed back?
Absolutely. I feel the fact that I can, that again, I feel healthy because I got to choose what I wanted to do, that type of thing. I said to them, no, I don't want to do it. And now I'm better off. And of course, I'll take that risk. If God forbid something were to happen to me, that's what's going to happen. But I feel, though, that because of what I do and because what Greg has taught us, that I don't have to worry about it. And, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I just wanted to say that if it wasn't for Coach, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today. You saved my life. I've been following your philosophy for 14 years now. And I wouldn't be where I am now, having been 1.5 years post bone marrow transplant. Without you.
Dude. Congrats.
Yeah. At one point, did I never have any hiccups? Did I never have anything bad happening to me, or they had to change? And I solely contribute that to the philosophy that Greg has pushed. And if I ever get a chance to meet you in person, Greg, I can't thank you enough. So, and I know this is kind of a bad thing, but for every person that was your detractor, Coach, there are 5 of us that will stand behind you or stand in front of you and protect you. Don't ever, for every person that put, that spoke out against you and stuff like that for what you did, there are thousands of us in front of you protecting you and telling you that, you saved my life. So I owe you the world. So, and Sevi, I want to say you're the best in the space right now. Keep doing what you're doing. You make me proud to say that I follow Greg's philosophy and everything like that.
Paul, thank you, by the way, all kind words. What's crazy, Paul, too, is that 1 in 5 people who says negative things, Greg saved their life too. That's the crazy part.
Yep. Yeah.
How quickly they forget.
Yep, exactly. And everybody should buy that book, The Cause Unknown. I just read it. It is an eye opener. Facts are the facts and stuff. And I just want to say thank you to all 3 of you, and especially, Coach and Sevi. You guys are the best.
Thank you, Caleb.
Thanks.
You're cool too, Caleb.
Yeah, it's
very
Yeah, thanks, Caleb. Sorry.
I'm
No,
just
it's good.
flying.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
There's
Appreciate
an
it.
irony in the cause unknown, and look at the title again. I mean, of the book, it's got quotes around it, right? Which has a handful of significant meanings. It's describing the commonality of the use that's in postmortem cause unknown, right? They just like fucking croaked all of a sudden, or gets reported that way. But the truth of the matter is that it's a carefully crafted tale explaining exactly what the cause is. About that, this is the insurance companies aren't confused, not for a second. And of course, we know I've had actuarial relationships and relationships with insurance companies that have been positive around which there have been friendships. And so I wouldn't want to put anyone in any bad light or water unnecessarily, but I'm telling you, it's been figured out. It's been figured out what's wrong, and I think that would be more than enough for anyone. And if you're wondering what the problem with Joe Biden is, it's contained within the Hunter Biden laptop, Exhibit A, in the fucking case the DOJ was forced to bring against them. They were going to let it drop, and a judge wouldn't let them. Judge wouldn't let them drop the case, wouldn't let them settle in the manner in which they were. Pointed out she'd never seen anything like this before. So they were forced to go to trial. And what are they forced to use as evidence? The fucking laptop. And what's on the laptop? All the evidence that a thinking person would need to see and understand that Joe Biden's in the pocket of the Chinese.
You're saying that in this case that's being tried now against Hunter Biden, the charges, the laptop is being used as evidence.
Yes, it is.
And the defense isn't refuting. Their claim isn't that, hey, the Russians made this.
It's too late for that.
Yeah. Neva Cause, I got the shot because I thought I couldn't be any worse than chemo. I've had 0 side effects from the vaccine. That's awesome.
Good.
Happy for you, by the way. Very happy.
Remember, I used to say you blindfold 50 people and have them run across the freeway, the 5 that come off the other side and don't get hit. You're going to take off the blindfolds and explain the whole fucking thing to you?
Yeah.
What they did?
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll be selling courses and zigging and zagging while blindfolded.
Well, you see
That's
here,
the Mark Twight phenomenon.
I ran fast for 5 seconds, then I stopped, and then I ran fast for another 5 seconds, and I stopped.
I
I
tripped
said
and
this
fell.
little prayer. You can try it yourself. I ran again.
Right.
Right when I wanted to zig, I zagged. And then when I thought I should zag, I zigged twice and made it.
That's right. And then I spun around on my toes, and then I heard a car come by, and then I just kept running.
Yeah. And I can teach this to you too.
You can be great like me one day.
Yeah. With the course. And when you show up at the course, you're going to see there's going to be my pictures going to be on the t-shirt. Remember that shit?
Can be yours for $99.99.
It's just amazing.
When I took one of my sons to the ER in the middle of the night last week, he was breathing like 40 breaths a minute. His nose was all bloody and dry and shit. And I took him in there, and they asked me in the, I don't know, 3 hours I was there, they asked me at least 3 times if he was vaccinated. At least 3 times.
We got asked in the ER if we'd been exposed to hepatitis, AIDS, and a whole list of shit, right?
Yeah.
And I just spent an hour in your fucking ER. And they're like, oh, perhaps then.
Oh my God. That's the airport story. There's tons of evidence out there, and this isn't speculation, that doctors made a fortune from the vaccine companies based on the number of vaccines.
Schedule.
Yeah,
You sent me the payment schedule.
Yeah. And Greg and I also do know a friend of ours who is a doctor who, this is just anecdotal, of course, but who ended up with a very nice, during the COVID, ended up with a very nice brand new home on an island somewhere and a very nice brand new car. who has a thriving practice. Maybe it's not an island, but that country might as well be an island.
Weird.
Stay out of this.
Yeah. I mean, it's a friend, so I mean, it's just weird. Who is pro-vaccine? Taylor Hatch, I'm in sales. My old company required vax for us to travel. We had a sales kickoff in person, and non-vax had to join remotely of 100 people. I was the only person who couldn't go. Taylor, you know what? There was a guy who worked at CrossFit named Justin Berg, and I remember he moved to. When the company sold, he stayed with the company, and he moved to Colorado to be closer to the new headquarters that Rosa built there. And then when he got there, they wouldn't let him in the office because he didn't have the vaccine.
He didn't get the vaccine?
No, and you know what's great? He was so pro. He was terrified of COVID at first, but something happened. I never heard the whole story why he changed his tune. Yeah, but something happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have bet money that he would be vaccinated.
Yeah, he was saying that this is the next Spanish flu and all this crazy shit at first.
Yikes.
Did you see the video I sent you of the guy throwing rocks on the freeway?
I did indeed. And I was reminded of my long-held thought that violent and non-violent offenders shouldn't go through the same system,
Oh, interesting.
and
Let's
they shouldn't be housed at the same place. So the swindlers and bike thieves and insurance fraud people ought to be kept somewhere, and the people that hurt people need to be kept somewhere special and different.
Doesn't that guy look like the Sasquatch?
Holy shit! Yeah, he does.
Hold on, we'll call her. Hi.
Hey, Savvy.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to Greg. You know, it's
Please.
20 years in the making. I came across, I used to frequent a site called MMA TV. Savvy, I know you're a big MMA fan, so I wouldn't be surprised if you've been there too. But one day in August 2005, somebody did a link to CrossFit, and I just thought, that looks interesting. Kind of came at just the right time for me. And you know, I think the first workout I did was Cindy. I said, that looks pretty easy. Got crushed. And you know, I think it's what that separates CrossFitters is that there's certain kind of people who, when that happens, you get exposed and you just think, man, I need more of this. And then there's people who are just like, I don't like this, you know, this
Are you doing Cindy right now? Are you doing Cindy right now?
No, I'm just.
Oh.
I don't know, it's weird. I get nervous talking to Greg, but.
Oh yeah, I understand. Me too.
Yeah,
I get
so
nervous
it's
talking to Greg too. It's fun.
Come on.
It's 19 years in the making, and I just wanted to say how much it's changed my life. You know, it made me into a strong person, and not only that, but it's something that I've carried forth to my children now. I've got two kids that are 16 and 4, and you know, all they've ever seen is me working out, and they're both super fit now. Even my 4-year-old's doing all this ninja stuff that I've got a little setup in our garage for that, and it's just been completely awesome. I mean, the change that you've had. I've been reflecting lately about how if you go to a Globo gym today, you cannot go to a Globo and not find like bumper plates and all this like, you know, wall balls and all this stuff that when I started working out when I was about 30 years old, and this was just a couple of years before I found CrossFit, I would go, you know, the gyms that were out there were Globo gyms, and they didn't have anything like that. It was all bodybuilding, and just how much you've changed the whole fitness industry to where now people have all of this stuff. Everybody's working on functional fitness, even though it may not be at a CrossFit affiliate. It's all over Instagram and all over just the whole industry is functional fitness stuff. And it's all because of Greg. And, you know, without Greg, we would still be doing stuff like Bill Phillips' Body for Life or, you know, just the typical Globo gym thing. So Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks. And thanks to you, Sevi, for everything you're doing right now. Kind of having a renaissance with CrossFit. I had sort of, after going through my initial phase of, I went and got my level 1 in 2008. And then I went and did the Bergener lifting seminar that year too. And sort of started drifting away from it. I had this base of fitness, and it allowed me to just get into other sports. But then just in the last couple of years, I've been like, man, I'm really starting to let my fitness go. So came back to, CrossFit, what I know best. And I was always doing CrossFit, always doing functional stuff, but not really doing it. And now I'm just kind of having a renaissance, and man, I'm just absolutely loving all the content you're putting out. I mean, these Taylor versus the World videos are just amazing. And everything else that you've been doing, just thank you for everything you're doing, and thank you to Greg.
Hey, dude, you know what I think? I was
Very,
actually
very kind. Appreciated. Very much appreciated.
what I was thinking the other day is someone was saying, "Is CrossFit going to die?" And you know what the answer is absolutely not. But you know what I think is happening, and I just developed it a little bit more. I think it's at a real low right now, and it is about to have a new explosion. But I think similar to a beehive, I would not, when a beehive, when half the bees leave the nest, I think that there could be something like that. I feel like there's something like that that's going on. I just feel like I suspect just from the ecosystem that people want to be reinvigorated. They want to have new life in it, but they're just not happy in the hive that they're in. And something feels amiss, but also something feels very exciting. Like there could be a lot of bees flying from the nest.
The CrossFit message was that what was being taught and practiced in the fitness space had more bullshit in it than need to be there for anything that looked like an optimized stimulus, and the lack of definitions in the whole the reality that the fundamental theorem of CrossFit, that constantly varied high intensity functional movement would increase work capacity across broad time and modal domains, that never got challenged or criticized, only mocked. And the fruits of that were this global movement. But what came with that was a somewhat epistemic, if not epistemological, revelation as to just how much bullshit is out there in that fitness space, later in that health space. Now drag us through what we've gone through now, where we're going to send a guy for prison for ripping off mattress tags so he doesn't get elected president in the name of democracy. And it's like, wow. And so the germ that got us moving right and correct and understanding and distrusting clearly lives, and it lives a lot of places. It lives here. I see it even in fucking Joe Rogan, and in Elon, and your show, Sevi, without a doubt. But for me, the germ of being that kid that says, "I think the emperor is naked," is thriving with a global kind of support out of people that were my mentors on this epistemological front. And so what we did in fitness was a realization. What's happened in health is a realization of broken science.
Well, one thing that I noticed just from the standpoint of having started it in 2005, before there were games, is that for me, it's always been about just the GPP, and it's been this thing that I can do that's just bare bones and so totally effective that I used to do the workouts. Just all I ever did was the main site workouts all on my own. And I could do the workout, maybe it's 12-minute AMRAP. I could, when I was young, I didn't even warm up. And I could go do that, and I could be totally fit and see
Like
these
you,
massive increases in my work, in my capacity, and just in my overall health and well-being. And
I mean, you could see body composition changes in a week. I mean, it was crazy, right? When you started when you were young.
Oh yeah, I mean, the gains at the start were amazing, but now it's more focused on, like, if you go to an affiliate, it's more like a sport kind of focus. And what I have been thinking is that, Sevi, you have got kids, and Greg, you've got kids too, that, we put our kids in these activities. My 4-year-old does gymnastics. She goes to the ninja gym. My older daughter, she's done both of those. She goes to the climbing gym. She also does competitive dance. And so we need these, like, all of these kids programs are a good source of income for these little businesses. And when I look at my affiliate that I was a part of, it's kind of struggling because it's basically just like hardcore people, and there's no kids program there, and it's not really that beginner friendly. I think it's pretty intimidating for just like people who have no base of fitness or anything like that to go step into a CrossFit gym and do it. So I think we got to follow like the CCP, the woke agenda, and go after the kids. I think that for CrossFit to survive, what they really need to do is just really focus in on kids, because, most of the affiliate members, I mean, probably half of them all have kids as it stands. And we all want our kids to do this kind of stuff. Kids all need to, do fitness and get off their devices and, learn how to move. But, it's just not really all that available. I remember Brand X was, at the forefront of that in the early days. But, I think that's an area where CrossFit really needs to focus.
Hey, dude, thank you. Congratulations on being a great dad. Keep doing it.
Agreed.
Thanks, Sevi.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you again, Greg.
Love the Kathleen Healy. I love the comment about standing protecting Greg. I'm here too, as is my husband. We are very angry and disappointed about what happened to Greg. Grace Patanod.
Patanod.
Patanod. Hello, beautiful lady. Nice to see you there.
You know Grace, Sevi.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah,
Seen her
CrossFit. XO.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, the rock thrower. The Sasquatch. This is when I saw this, I was like, is this a joke? I thought this guy was wearing a Halloween costume.
Video is just shocking. Imagine driving on the freeway going 60 to 70 miles per hour when all of a sudden rocks are flying at you. That's exactly what happened early this morning on the 110. An apparent homeless man was chucking rocks, and it caused a motorcyclist to fly off his bike. The shocking video shows the man picking up rocks and throwing them onto the freeway from the shoulder near 23rd Street. And this all happened around 3:30 this morning. Now, one of the rocks was pretty big, and it appears the motorcyclist hit it, causing him to crash and slide down the road. You can see that sparks flew, but amazingly, moments later, he got up and walked away. It appears at least 2 other cars got
Holy shit.
flat tires because of all the rocks on the road. One of those drivers actually just got into town from LAX and was in a rental car. But again, amazing, no one was seriously hurt, and no word about where that homeless man is or if any arrests have been made. Video is
Death penalty. If that was my son on the motorcycle, oh my God, dude. Hey, do you remember Greg, when we were kids, and it was like, if someone was on the freeway, it was like a serious thing. Like, no one would ever be allowed to walk on the freeway, bike on the freeway. Do you remember that? Yeah. It was like serious. And now there's like tents along freeways all over California. Dude, it's insane.
That's terrifying.
Someone said that guy should be on a remote island. I think it's worse than that. A dog bites a person, the dog has to be put down, someone wrote. No matter what. But a person takes another person's life and it's okay, you'll be out of jail in less than 2 weeks. Someone wrote, I would have sued him for everything he got.
I'd give him the same offense you think's appropriate for someone who sticks a rifle out the window of a hotel and shoots into a concert. 1 shot or 10, whatever.
Shit. Yeah.
I run out of penalties. For what I give you for 1, I don't have something 10 times worse.
Oh my goodness. I just can't believe this is as third world as it gets. I've been all over the world. I've never seen anything like that.
It's been going on. Look it up.
Rocks being thrown onto freeways.
Yep, and the cars on the highways. Beautiful young lady was killed recently somewhere. Yeah, it's a thing now. It's like a TikTok thing or something. I don't know.
Do you know what the solution for that, Greg, is? More housing. If we had more housing, that would have never happened.
Yeah.
We need to build more free housing.
You think so?
More diversity.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Rich white people should have to throw rocks onto the freeway.
Right.
Right. Equality.
I was using a public restroom over at, Jade Street, tennis courts over there in the park.
Yeah,
I was
Jade
over there
Street
with the
Park.
boys the other day, and it was just we went to the public restroom, and it's just destroyed and just gross. And I just thought, like, I don't live like that. I don't treat public restrooms like that. I use my foot to lift the seat up when I go into a public restroom. You know what I mean? If I drop toilet paper on the floor, I pick it up. I don't throw my gum into the fucking urinal. And I don't think there's anything wrong with me with wanting to live with other people who have similar behavioral traits. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That doesn't make me a bad person that I don't want to live somewhere where people shit on the floor, write graffiti on the walls, or shit like that. Not in the slightest. There's tons of paper and crayons around. You can get it for free anywhere, any restaurant you go to, anywhere you go. You have the urge to write on something. Resources are readily available.
Do it on your Facebook page.
Do it on your face.
There too.
Okay, here, this one you're really going to love. This one's great. Israel not allowed to win a war. This is from one of your favorite people. This is Douglas Murray. Oh, no. This isn't Douglas Murray. I don't think I have the Douglas Murray one. But this one's really great. This one, I like this because it has a lot of numbers in it. I like numbers. Okay, here we go.
2,200 American servicemen killed at Pearl Harbor. We go on to kill 3.5 million Japanese, including 100,000 in one night. 800 Americans in 9/11. We go on to kill 400,000 people in Afghanistan and Iraq. We weren't accused of genocide. You had, if Mexico had elected a jihadist cartel to run their country, and then they incurred into Texas, and on a per capita basis killed 35,000 people, or the population of the University of Texas, and on the way back took the freshman class at SMU hostage and hid them under tunnels, what would we do? It'd be the great Sonora radioactive parking lot. But Jews are not allowed, and Israel is not allowed to prosecute a war. And they are prosecuting a war more humanely than we have done. The ratio of combatants to civilians is of civilian death to combatant mortality is lower than it was in Mosul, lower than it was in Japan, lower than it was in Germany. So there's just a different standard for Jews in Israel when it comes to prosecuting a war. They're allowed to fight back to a truce. But unlike America or any other Western nation that is attacked this viciously, they're not allowed to win a war. It's a double standard. I'll give you some more numbers.
That's very good. You remember you asked me what a Zionist was?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a kike.
Yeah.
It's all just anti-Semitism.
Yeah. I just can't believe there is anti-Semitism. It seems so difficult. Like, I understand, like, saying Chinese people can't drive or black people are good at basketball, or like Jews.
Imagine a jealousy that inspires hatred. So you live like they do, and they look over and watch our TV shows, and everyone's getting the great pussy and drives nice cars, and you're fucking riding a camel and clitorectomizing your women. You fucking hate us. Of course you do.
Oh, right. Like when you're a little kid and you get pissed when you see an old guy driving a Ferrari.
It's just jealousy, you know?
Yeah.
People would say the Jews rule the world. Like, no, just the important shit. Just art, medicine, sciences, literature, not everything. They're really shitty rioters. They make good revolutionaries, and then they get chewed up in the revolution they inspire. That's it. They're kind
of. Sebi, have you tried shitting on the floor in a public restroom?
That's good. You might change your mind.
The rush you get might change. I shit in a lot of places. I don't think I've ever shit on a floor.
Oh my God.
If I have to do a public shitting, I think I'm 10 for 10 for digging a hole and filling the hole. Or I, I always have a dog, so I always have poop bags around.
Phew.
Yeah, I shit in my van. That's true. Do you know that? Do you know that story, Greg?
No, but I don't. I got an airplane with an unused bathroom, right?
Yeah.
You don't even use it.
If I were to use my motorhome, we'd probably park it at the Walmart, and you'd run in and use their bathroom.
That's what I'm gonna do too.
Yeah, I don't. Hey, it is so cool to bring your boat into a fucking marina and wash your clothes and fill up with their water and take a shower there and a shit in the marina. So much better than on your boat.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And the people watching and a drink or two. Sevy's going to help me bring my boat up from San Diego to Santa Cruz.
And when he means help, he means sit in the back with a sleeveless shirt on, scrolling through Instagram for hours, staring at his wife.
Do you have to put Starlink on that boat, or do you have?
I'm putting everything on the fucking boat. So yeah,
hell yeah.
But I'm also likely to hug close enough to shore for it not to be relevant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I think I need to get.
The old man in the sea, Caleb. I'm going to do the old man in the marina.
All right, fair enough.
It's a shift.
Sleeky will be on the boat too. I'll help too. Great.
Perfect.
Bring that outfit. I like Jake Chapman. Just grabbing Glassman quotes. Take a shit at the marina, Greg Glassman.
Right? We'll be there in 20 minutes. Hold it, dude. Fuck.
Hey, what's crazy too, going back to public restrooms, is so places like that, like the shittiest podunk airport in the world, like even the one in Santa Cruz, the bathroom's perfectly clean. You can sit on the toilet. There's no piss or shit on the floor, because people who do live that lifestyle, they don't do stuff like that. They don't shit on the floor. There's no at the shitty airport in Santa Cruz, there's no graffiti on the bathroom walls. And they have the shitty coffee and the tiny little weird creamers, but yet it's still civilized people, because anyone who's at the level of flying a plane, and the planes are atrocious there. There's some planes there. You're like, Jesus.
Check this out. In Croatia, if breakfast went a little long and you're late back to the washer, someone's put your shit in the dryer and folded it
for you.
Like better than mom.
Wow.
Just as in like marina courtesy.
Hashtag civilized. Caller, hi.
Hey, Saban, how are you? Thanks for taking the call. First time calling in, and I just started kind of seriously doing CrossFit about a year and a half ago. And since then, I was searching on YouTube CrossFit stuff here and there, and then stumbled upon your show, and ever since then, listen to it every day. I absolutely look forward to it as soon as I wake up. Thanks so much for the entertainment you provide, all the knowledge, but and probably not too much of a productive call for you, so I'll be real brief. Just wanted to talk to the legend, Greg. Thanks so much for everything you've created. I am all in, absolutely love you. You joined a CrossFit affiliate for the first time here recently, Carpe Diem in Springfield, Illinois. The community, love the nutrition that you provide and all of the expertise. Caleb, you're pretty cool too. But
how old are you?
So much.
How old are you?
I'm 45 years old, and my only regret is not starting this like as soon as I found out about it. I had known about it and kind of played around with the workouts every now and again, but never joined an affiliate. Was afraid, didn't think I would fit in as far as like the strength and being able to do the work. But I was totally wrong. I mean, you start at scaled and then work your way up, and I'm still a little bit behind, on like unbroken pull-ups and toe to bar and stuff like that, and some of the lifting. But I'm getting there. Entered a beginner competition right when I started, and I actually won, which I was surprised about. And I got another one coming up in July too that I'm preparing for. So,
are you a country singer by day? Are you a country singer by day?
I wish I was. Yeah. Goddamn. Yeah. I actually just went to a Hardy concert with my wife on Friday, so maybe I picked up some twang there. Yeah. So
Oh my God, you sound like a singer. What do you do? What's your day job?
I do legislative work. Speaking of all the bonehead politicians, I got to deal with that every day, and I absolutely dislike politics. I just kind of fell into the job, and I can't beat the flexibility and the pay. So unfortunately, I'm stuck in that world by day. But I absolutely, love CrossFit, and like I said, just wanted to call in and loan my country voice to you for a little bit on your show.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you for the kind
I
words.
appreciate it, brother.
Ciao.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.
This has been a phenomenon, Greg. These fucking ding dongs. Right when the show's over, the phone starts going crazy.
It's crazy. And you know what, Sev? I got to run.
Okay.
I've got to.
Oh no, Greg, no,
Oh,
you can't.
shit.
Call her. Hi.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Hold on a second, caller. Greg, where are you going?
I'm holding up the project next door, the build.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
some
there.
inputs, and I got cornered today. First full day back from being gone too much, and I'm trying to leave town as well. So I'm packing, unpacking, and I've got electricians, fireplace builders.
Oh, they can wait. Go ahead, caller. They can wait, Greg. Fuck those people. Go ahead, caller. Those are just day workers.
Hey, Savvy. Thanks for your show. And Greg, I appreciate all that you do. I've been involved with CrossFit for a little bit less than a year now. And
Relax, Greg. Lean back. Enjoy this.
I was talking to my son recently about some of your broken science stuff.
Yes.
And the pushback I was getting was, what does he have for an education and what's his credentials, all this other crap? I mean, it'd be nice to have something to point to as a kind of a objective source or something. I don't know. Can you help me out with that? I mean, I don't buy into that, but you know.
And you're gonna have to judge me by my words rather than my credentials. And if I had to wear the badge of a philosopher, I would do that. And I
yeah,
would,
I'm with you on that. Yeah,
you know, and that's
kind
really
of doing the whole
all I can
genetic
offer.
fallacy there.
If I had the math degree that might have helped get me to where I'm at, or the physics degree, or been exposed to probability theory even sooner, maybe I'd have something that I could have pointed to in that realm. But I really don't think it's necessary. And in terms of the broken science work product, we're explaining to people that the goal is to inspire this self odyssey. You're not going to be led down a road. You're going to be encouraged to give some consideration, and I think we have the tools for that. So, I like the position philosophically, and it's needed because that's what went wrong.
I'm with you that sometimes.
What's your son's major? What's he study? What's his thing?
I'm not even sure if he's ever completed a undergraduate yet. He's right now he's a recruiter in the National Guard.
Okay.
But his original job was a medic. He was a medic, and I know he was involved a lot with the logistics of the whole vaccine thing and all that. And
well, thank you. Tell him thank you for his service. I mean, that's important.
Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
Greg, how did you ever come up with this CrossFit stuff? I mean, this is crazy. I mean, this is brilliant stuff.
Well, you couldn't be
the short version.
You couldn't be a successful gymnast and not have a pretty keen intuitive sense of what was deficient in lateral raises and curls and leg extension and all the machinery. And then you get exposed from that environment to the power lifters that are like, you show me the machine, I'm going to put the pin at the fucking bottom and I'll work it with one leg or one arm. And all they do is deadlift, squat, and bench. And then someone tries to tell you that it's not cardio, even though you're at 200 beats a minute because you're doing push-ups, pull-ups, and squats instead of running around the track. And how much of that do you have to be exposed to until you realize that what we got here is an utter and complete load of absolutely worthless bullshit? and then expose yourself to what was introduced to me by Lon Kilgore as the ACSM's definition of fitness. And I could tell as soon as I saw what had happened, they passed the hat around and everyone threw something in. And I think there were 37 elements, as I recall, and I remember 2 of them were amenable to accurate and precise estimation, that is, to being treated scientifically. And that was power and energy. And I don't think in either one they intended power nor energy in the sense that I saw it, in which it was measurable. I think they met something more in keeping with their vitality, well-being, and happiness. And so the space was wide open for the taking. The first person to not be stupid walked away with multi-generational wealth. You know, that was what that was about.
Okay, I gotta go, but thanks a lot for your time.
No,
Okay,
we gotta go. No, we gotta go.
You guys are great, and everyone that calls in is great, and I really appreciate all the kind words. And for me, the fitness part is the cat's out of the bag, and all kinds of people know how to do this thing, and it's time to take our fitness and our thinking and the mindset that we've got here and realize how many other places in life it lends itself something of value, whether that's medicine for sure, education, politics, literature, child rearing. Hey, look, they shut down schools because of COVID. They should shut them down because of the school shootings. How many kids have died in a classroom from a bullet wound? How many, what percentage greater than those that died from COVID?
It was to protect grandma.
Hey, and so yank her out of the ER and stick her in the nursing home.
Mm-hmm. Where she can spread COVID.
Oh, sad. Okay, I gotta go. I love you guys, everyone.
Okay,
thank you.
Bye. Talk to you
Greg.
soon. Bye.
See everyone soon.
That may have been one of our best shows with him yet.
Yeah, that was cool.
Dang, caller took too long. My super chat is gone. Oh, can we pull up the new CrossFit's Instagram post?
Sure. Come on, it's not. No.
Is it bad? Is it good?
Just annoying.
Let me guess. It's virtue signaling.
God damn it.
Is it inherently racist or something, or homophobic under the guise of being like good? Is that what it is?
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. What's your what? Okay, so right away, I already know.
Say it.
That person put a fucking hole in their upper lip. Well, I'm glad they found CrossFit, whoever this is. I mean, hopefully, because that's the kind of shit it cures. Holy shit, dude. Can you imagine punching a hole in your upper lip by your gum line? Okay, I'm not even going to read this. I'll read it afterwards. What's your why? Okay, here we go.
All right. My name's Nick. I am 31.
Oh, wait, pause. Isn't that a
3, 2, 1, go?
That sounds like a girl.
Shit, I don't know, dude.
Okay, fine. Go on. When by girl, I mean that sounds like it has a vagina, but I said its name was Nick. Okay, go ahead. Hit play.
Sure.
Let me see what's going on here.
Iowa. I moved out to Portland in 2012.
Pause.
For me, the why.
Holy fuck. Holy shit, dude. Hole in the lip, lives in Portland, and has a name named Nick, but sounds like a girl. This is some crazy cliche
Looks
shit.
like a dude.
Yeah, this is wild. Okay, go ahead. But I'm still okay with it. It's good. So far, so good. Okay, here we go. But just please. Yeah, go ahead.
People.
I like the glasses.
The beauty of CrossFit is that I'm so invested in people outside of the gym. I care about how their performance in the gym transitions into their life. As a queer person, that community, that like chosen found family, that has a direct translation.
That person should not be wearing a weight vest. They don't even have you're not even close to depth on squats.
Facts.
Like not even close. That was horrible. Okay, go on. I don't understand. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
The queer experience, with fitness in particular, and with a lot of spaces as a queer person, there's this looming question that kind of hangs over your head that's like, do I belong here? There, you have to either make space for yourself, which can be challenging, or you don't feel like there's space for you. And with CrossFit, I've always been welcomed, celebrated. People ask me about myself. There, you have the same experience with people. And that to me is the exact same as the queer experience. I know when I show up.
So clearly this person feels 100% uncomfortable in their skin. If you punch a hole in your face above your lip, you feel something's already like wrong with you. Sorry, that's just the way it is. And so like the baseline for this person feeling comfortable or not comfortable, fucking completely out the door. The second thing is, I understand that if you want to have sex with someone who is with the same genitalia, that's not how most people are. That's like you're in such a small minority. And on top of that, 90% of the fucking population is looking to actively mate because that's why we're here on the planet. And so you're not in that group. And I get that. That's not a bad thing, though. That's not a bad thing. That's like no one's fault. And by the way, I don't know if this is a boy or a girl. I think it's a girl. I don't think she is saying it's a bad thing either. But I think a lot of people who view it do think it's a bad thing. And it's not a bad thing. Of course, you're going to feel it's like I went to a Grateful Dead concert. I was the only person wearing a baseball cap and I was on mushrooms and I was like, oh, shit. Or, so I've been to Africa and many times, although I feel completely at home there, many times I've been with other white people and like you'll go a week without seeing another white person. You can tell that like the other white people feel uncomfortable. I personally enjoy the attention. I like being the only white guy. Okay, go on.
Into a queer space, similar to a fitness space, I can assume based on the space we're in that we've all had a similar lived experience and that connects people. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on it. I just call bullshit on like that person just has their own issues and they're projecting them onto the world, but it's a nice video. It's fine. I don't think it's fine. Whatever. The only thing that's weird with it is you'd never see a straight person say that. And then someone would say, well, that's because everyone's straight. And it's like, well, so what? You know what I mean? You could say everyone's straight. Well, you could also say that every queer person has a hole in their fucking lip and has changed they have a boy's name to a girl's name. And obviously she dresses like a boy. And there's obviously a bunch of shit going on. I'm happy for her that she found CrossFit. It's cool. It's just, I can't give a honest reaction to it because it's a fuck. As soon as I hear the word Portland, I'm triggered. So there. Anyway, congratulations on finding CrossFit. Seems like a cool chick. Hope you get fit. Sevi, I'm trying to convince Heidi that men love burying their noses into the two holes during 69. She won't believe. No, fuck no. Ew, Jake.
So he's the wrong person to be requesting backup on that.
Oh, that is disgusting. I prefer I don't know. This show's been so clean so far. So even Sevi's getting soft during Pride Month. I just don't have anything like there's this movie, it's called I think it's called Brother Where Art Thou? Is that what it is?
With George Clooney?
No.
Oh, Brother,
it's about Martin Luther King's right-hand man. And he's a gay dude and he was a college football player. And it's a really fucking cool movie. And this guy organized the Million Man March all by himself. Not all by himself. This guy organized the Million Man March with pre-cell phone. and bust in all these people and organize this whole fucking crazy. There's a new movie about him too. I haven't seen it because I know it's going to be woke as shit and irritate me. But there's a documentary from like 20 years
Rustin.
ago about him. What's it called? What's his name?
I think the new one's called Rustin.
Yeah, Rustin something. Rustin Brainerd Rustin. Baynard Rustin. Rustin. Anyway, there's an old documentary about him. It's fucking awesome. And the whole documentary, they never mention that he's gay until it becomes relevant. And when it becomes relevant is the fact that at one point, I think the CIA or FBI basically tells Martin Luther King, like, hey, if you don't do A, B, and C, we're going to out your buddy Rustin for being a homo. And I was like, that's relevant. Brother Outsider. Yeah. Awesome doc. 2003. God, that's just such a good movie. Guy was such a stud. So, to lead with that, it's the people who do that, they don't realize it's more divisive than helping. Like who do you think that video? Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid. But anyway, I don't care. I don't care. At least they're making good content. And it comes from the affiliate, and Nick seems like a good chick, and like I'm happy for her. And you know, maybe she'll do enough CrossFit and take enough personal accountability and personal responsibility in her life that she'll realize, okay, this is all on me. Like it's important for me to feel comfortable. Like, hey, dude, I've been to like, I don't know, 50 bars in my life, and I hate every single bar experience. I feel so out of place there. Never met a girl in a bar. I can't hear what anyone's saying. I don't like sitting at a bar. I don't like the way people interact in there. I feel so fucking uncomfortable in there.
Yep.
I feel horrible in there. What do you mean? Yeah, Caleb, you have no idea what I'm talking about. If I was you, I'd feel great in a bar.
I hate going to bars.
6'3", just looking over, chicks looking at you because you're tall.
Yeah, it stresses me out. I agree. That does happen. Like I am
asshole. It's like I hate it, dude. I fucking hate it. I'm staring at everyone's fucking belly button. All the chicks are in fucking high heels. Fuck you guys.
You can't move.
Yeah, ugly dudes are fucking talking to hot chicks, and I'm just fucking a douche canoe.
Everybody's obliterated.
Even then, that does, like, I have to wait till the bar closes and drag out a drunk chick. I never went home with a girl from a bar. I leave as fast as I can. I can't stand it. I want to like it too. I walk by a bar and I see people sitting at the stool like at 11 a.m. It looks awesome.
It was cool, like when everybody used to be able to smoke in them too. You're just like this old guy smoking and drinking it.
Yeah,
like, it's got like a shot of whiskey at his plate, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, listen to Cave Dastro. Imagine the Tops Beavers got a chance to look down that you've never gotten the chance. Yeah, totally.
It's nice. It's convenient.
Yeah, I've gone home with I've had girlfriends that look like Nick for sure. They love me. They love me.
It's good. That's what matters.
I've had a few I had a few mercy fucks from lesbians. They were cool chicks.
Damn. It'd be like
that kind of look like Nick. Both of them.
They just didn't realize they were lesbians at the time, or what?
No, they knew.
They converted.
I'm just
after.
nice. I'm fun to hang out with. I'm just cool. It was like in college and shit. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
I'm just cool. I'm nice. They weren't lesbians. They were after I was done with them.
Damn.
They're like, ooh.
Like, yeah, I'm definitely gay.
You don't ask them. You don't ask them for sex. I just hung out. I used to hang out like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. If I was awake, I was hanging out with people. And lesbians like me. I'm fun. I'm cool. I'm open. I'm accepting. Everyone likes me. Gay dudes like me. Everyone likes me.
Yeah.
I flirt with gay dudes.
Dude, I get probably more compliments from gay dudes and old black women than anybody else in my life.
Yeah, I flirt with fucking anything with a heartbeat. I'll flirt with it, or I used to. I don't so much anymore.
It's amazing.
That's what even my guy friends in college be like, dude, you don't even communicate with dudes. You just flirt with dudes. I'm like, yeah, I flirt with everyone.
That's right.
Oh, that's awesome. Mike McCaskey, any 7 needs to hear would mercy fuck Sevy. That's awesome.
Wow.
That's
Oh my
awesome. David Weed, cool dudes never call themselves cool. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. Yeah, old black women are the best. Just black women in general. Dude, if you can get a black woman interested in you, here's the black women are the same with like old Southern women. And by old Southern women, I mean anything over 30 that's like works in a liquor store and smokes underneath a sign that says no smoking in the shop.
Calls you honey.
Yeah. Like you walk into a 7-Eleven somewhere in fucking Tennessee and the chick's in there smoking. And you're like, wow, we don't have this in California. And she's 30 and looks like she's 60. And her fucking nipples are down at her fucking waistline, and she's into you. I'm like, wow.
That's why
there is someone who likes me.
That's right. That's why I always go eat at Waffle House whenever I'm in the South. You go to because it's always old black women that just work there, and they're just always like, "What can I get you, honey?" And you're just like, "This is the greatest day ever."
And the craziest, biggest tits you ever seen.
And you're just like, "Yes, ma'am."
Like a 52-year-old black woman with a fucking quadruple G.
Yeah, it's absurd.
I know. You're just like, what?
A couple of them have like missing teeth, but it's okay.
I'm fine.
They're just
I'm good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Less Matoothian that they use. I'm almost done, dude. You guys, just so you know, I'm just getting through. Matoothian's been out for like 4 or 5 months. I'm just getting DB's mom's tits. Those are great. You know what I heard in the behind the scenes? I was they interviewed her. And she was on the top rail leaning over while they were interviewing her. And the first thing I asked, was there like 8 inches of cleavage? They're like, dude, you won't even believe it. Like, that's awesome. I heard she was cool as shit too. I was kind of like loving on Danielle last night. Like in my head, I was just thinking, man, I was just trying to think of, she's the only athlete that I remember. Like that was like my first attraction to her.
Her mom?
Well, no, but that would have been if I would have seen her mom. But I was on her. Someone sent me her story, and she said that she would never take the vax. Fuck that, I ain't taking that. I just remember she was like sitting in an apartment, and she said that.
That's right. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Imagine Danielle's mom banging Will's brains out.
Fuck off. Stop saying that,
dude. That's awesome.
No. Please stop.
She had it. Can you go to Danielle Brandon's Instagram account?
Sure.
She had to ask me anything. And I
You asked her when she's going to come back on the show?
Yeah, and I said, thank you. I got distracted by this other thought. Hey, I'm gonna call Two Brain today, big business, Two Brain Business today, and ask if we can do a contest for affiliate commercial contest. Damn, I didn't get my. So she doesn't have to answer them all. Damn.
No, she doesn't. She's not held hostage until the 24 hours is up, so she has to answer all.
How does that work? How does she? Will she even see my question? How does that even work?
I mean, I don't know. She probably got a million fucking questions, but
yeah,
it's like a list on your Instagram. Like you go to the story and you can just scroll through them, and then you have the option to reply to them, and then you can use a picture or whatever, and then write your reply and post it. And then whenever
where do they pop in though? Sorry, where do they pop in? Do they pop in like in where your direct messages pop in, or do they have their own folder, or like I've never done that. Does something else pop up?
No, it's so like whenever you post a story, you just swipe up on your own story, and then all of the responses are in there.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's cool. Sevy, Two Brain Summit this weekend. I'll ask. No, don't ask. Don't fuck it up. I have to like. I'll text Chris, and then we'll talk on the phone. I have to smooth talk him. But he's already said he would support an affiliate film contest. And what's crazy is I was like, oh, we'll give away 1,000. He's like, no, we'll give away more than that. But basically what I want to do, you know, what's crazy who reached out to me is Justin Zimboa from Salty Hive CrossFit. He has a filmmaker, it sounds like, on retainer, and they said that they would make me some, if I understood it right, some affiliate commercials. But I want to have like 5 or 10, 30-second to 1-minute affiliate commercials that cover just the whole gambit of why it's good to be in an affiliate. And I just want to start running them regularly.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Just give a lot of love to the affiliates for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
And then also use them during the games, right? Use them like when I do the behind the scenes this year, I'll intersperse them throughout the games. I'm so excited to go to the games this year. I had so much fun. I got to hang out closely with Katie, Bill, Dave, and Don, and Heather, and Nicole Christensen, and just those people, kind of like behind the scenes people. Like, it's cool hanging out with Bill and Katie, and they got their hard hats on.
That's right. They look so out of place, but it's like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I just fucking love it. I can't wait. Special access for Sevi.
New venue and everything.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Zero. I haven't heard of anyone complaining to HQ about me or anything.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I haven't gotten any like calls from any like calls from Dawn or like nothing. No, nothing.
Maybe Jenna Haka will call you.
Oh yeah, and I'm friends with Jenna Haka now.
Very cool.
My girlfriend, one of those girls that I told, well, I better not say that. I'll say that after the games. I knew a girl in college who looked like Jenna Haka but with blonde hair.
Oh, okay.
Man, hearing Kotler and O'Keefe talk about Bill H., he should be the next owner of CrossFit. Oh, where did you hear that?
I don't know. I only saw Kotler talking to him in that post on Rogue. I hadn't seen anything else.
You heard them talking where?
I just saw them in the comments that we were talking about yesterday, that we went through yesterday.
Oh.
He was on a podcast or something. Oh, Death by.
Friday, Glinton will be here hosting the podcast. I'll be gone Friday. Then Saturday, I'm going to try to host it from my hotel room, Saturday and Sunday. As I cruise up the coast. We're just staying in fancy hotel after fancy hotel. We're just like boating up the coast to California.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And Greg's wife is pregnant.
Oh, yeah.
Like really pregnant.
She got to be having that baby soon, yeah?
Yeah, and she's going to be on the boat.
Oof.
And I'm just going to stare at her the whole time.
Please don't have this baby on this boat.
I should do a film. I should ask her if I could do a film expose on her for my Instagram. Cave Dastro, must be fun. It must be fun being Greg's side piece, dude. You don't even know. Like, hey, dude, listen. Hey, Tori, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
It's the second time he's asked that.
No, fifth time.
Oh, okay.
And it's a girl. No dude would ever fucking be that much of a dipshit. What are you doing, dude?
No, dude, really? I think we've got a few dudes that do that regularly.
Yeah, he's having his 10th kid.
Fuck, that's crazy, dude.
She doesn't even care. Don't stare too hard at the booth. She doesn't even care.
Wild.
Tori, you're retarded. Do you do CrossFit? Tori's annoying as fuck. I know. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Someone the other day told me on my Instagram, unsubscribe. Like unsubscribe for something I posted. I know. I was like, later.
Cool.
Yeah. Like, hey, here's the thing, Tori. Like, say what you really want to say. Like, quit beating around the bush. Quit asking loaded questions. Just ask what you want to ask, retard. You're such a fucking pussy.
Jesus.
And I know I'm reading into your comment, but by the time you ask it the fifth time, it's like I'm okay reading into it. I'll take the blame for it if I'm wrong.
Well, when you ask it that many times.
Yeah. Look, everyone knows. Everyone in the comments know. I haven't even heard anyone say anything to Tori.
Oh.
Oh, I literally just want to know his workout routine. I don't think he doesn't do it. Oh, my bad. Sorry. I apologize. Strike everything from the record. I was reading into your comment. All right. There was something else. We talked about the people who had their cameras stolen, right?
Yeah,
Talked about the girl from the UK who qualified for the games, tried to take money from the people for that. Oh, remember, I'm leaving at 9:40. What's this? Oh shit! One of my kids is coughing again. Okay.
I'm going to pick up my RV today.
Oh, I can't believe you got one. That's so. You know what's crazy, Caleb? I've been looking at RVs too. I'm not buying one, but I've been looking at them, and I like the one that I used to live in. One like the one you have got.
It's pretty
You have the sleep over the cab.
Yep, there's a bed over the cab, and then there's one in the back. I'll take some pictures and send them to you guys when I pick it up today.
I had a 1977 Good Life. You could probably find it. And it was 24 feet long, and it had bunk beds in the back and then the sleepover on the top.
That's sick.
1977. I think it was a Chevy Good Life RV.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Is the Shadican ruined, Sean Letterman? It wasn't not ruined. Basically, as soon as we got it, it's what we got, and it's just kind of ever since we've been trying to work on it, things have just been popping up with flooding. The roof has more leaks than we thought. The gutters are not capable of clearing any water. Oh wow, that's what you had? It's like a fucking Econoline.
Yeah, I think it was like that, and it was really cool. Yeah, this is exactly what it was. Mine was in incredible shape, and it had a really cool paint job. It said Good Life on the side. But I remember those windows, all that stuff. I remember that shit for the fridge and the water heater down there.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was cool. And this whole top here, this whole roof, was just covered in fucking dead mosquitoes. Like, because so there would just be there were thousands of like dead blood marks because I'd be sleeping at night and all the mosquitoes would be on the ceiling at a certain time of year and I'd just smash them.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, here, wow. I build RVs and own an affiliate. My affiliate cannot take off fast enough. I hate the RV industry so much. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I was talking to a few people about RV stuff, and
it's
it's pretty wild.
It's basically a house that's under constant earthquake.
Yeah, that's right. And then, like none of the RV places do any sort of maintenance themselves. They just work on like the house part of it. They don't do anything with like
the plumbing or the electricity.
Yeah, they just like, oh yeah, we're just slapping this thing on a Ford chassis or whatever. It's wild.
I was going to tell a story about the RV. I can't remember. I enjoyed it. I never used the bathroom in there. I never used the bathroom in there. I used the bathtub in the back. I never showered back there. I just put dog food back there. The bunk beds I never used. The dogs just slept on the bottom one. But it had a refrigerator, which was cool, that ran off of propane. It plugged in. Yeah. Didn't have any leaks. If it got cold at night, all I'd have to do is light one little tea candle.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it would
warmed up the whole place.
Dude, it was crazy how fast one little tea candle warmed it up. The dog, I had 3 Great Danes in there, and they warmed it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. So one time I was going to Los Angeles, and I was driving up the Grapevine, and the engine blew up.
Oh.
And I remember to get the engine replaced, it cost $5,000, and for me back then, that was so much money. I was tripping balls. Well, recently my timing belt went out in my fucking Sienna.
Yeah.
And it was $7,700. $5,900 plus some other shit that they did to it, but crazy, right?
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so expensive.
Oh, I destroyed my RV. There was a table in there where I did all my editing. I destroyed my RV. The seat there, if you sat on it, it just smelled like shit. I mean, because
That's why you never use the bathroom, because you already just had so much shit smell in there.
Dude, it was crazy.
Oh man,
it was crazy. That seat was nuts. Everyone knew, and I always had people over in the RV, and everyone knew not to sit on that seat where I always sat, because if you sat on it, just like shit would waft out of it.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. All right. Tomorrow, Kill Taylor. Holy shit. I'm so excited. My whole life has changed because of Kill Taylor.
Yeah.
Because I used to really look forward to Tuesday nights because that's trash night. And I really just like wheeling the cans out.
Right.
And now my whole life is pivoted and I love Thursday mornings.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's cool, right?
Thursday, Saturday mornings. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Eventually, Saturday. So you look forward to it too? You're excited about tomorrow too?
Yeah, I am. It'll be good. It'll be like I'll do the show and then I'm gonna get on the road. So it'll be like a nice bit of excitement before I start driving. It'll be cool.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Florida, but I'm taking a couple stops along the way.
You're driving there?
Yeah, in my RV.
Oh, that's crazy. You're getting your RV and just doing a trip right off the bat.
Yeah.
I wish you well.
Thanks. It'll be cool.
Oh, wow, that's wild.
Yeah, it'll be sweet.
Do you have the sleepover on the top? That's where you guys are gonna sleep?
There's a bed in the back, like a full, I think it says it's a queen size bed, but I think it's more of a full.
How exciting. Did you get sheets and shit for it and all that?
We're just gonna use some from the house. We've got a bunch of them that just haven't used yet. So
God, that's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be sweet.
Does it have a refrigerator?
Yeah. It's got solar, refrigerator, generator, TV in there.
It has a generator?
Yeah, it's got a gas generator that runs off of the gas tank.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah, I'll send you some pictures. It's sweet.
How fun. Are you a good driver?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, they're fun to drive. I enjoyed driving them.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I've never driven one before, so this will be an
How
adventure.
How long is yours?
22 feet.
You probably know this, and it's not as bad with a 22-footer, but I had a 32-footer and a 24-footer, and you have to be like very careful. Like if you pull, I'll give you an example. If you pull up, let's say, to a mailbox, you know what I mean, like a public mailbox, one of those blue things, and then you were to pull away, you got to be careful because the ass always comes out.
Oh yeah. Okay. That
The
makes
ass
sense.
always. You got to just remember you have a huge ass now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Huge ass. It's always coming out. It's always coming out.
All right. I didn't even think of that. I was thinking more of I was more concerned about the overhead thing. Like the fucking camper over the cab.
Yeah. I was terrified of that too.
Yeah, that's stressing me out.
Yeah.
No more drive-throughs.
No, you can't do shit. Anything low. There's even places, I drove mine across country a few times, and there's even places like in New York and New Jersey where just straight up on the freeway, the bridges are too low. It's fucking...
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts.
All right.
God, I'm so excited for you. How fun.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
All right. I just watched yesterday's podcast. I almost won. So close. Oh yeah, the person who won, I saw in a YouTube comment that they want to know how to get their prize for the games tickets. DM Paper Street Coffee. Gabe's so good at that shit. Or Paulina or whatever, one of his staff who checks that shit. All right. Thanks, Caleb.
Sure. That was
Thanks,
fun.
Greg. Thanks, Sevy. Thanks, guys, for listening. Is there around the whiteboard today? Pedro has a show?
Yeah, it's at 2:00 Central Time. So what is that?
Oh, noon my time. All right. So that's fun. That's a good show. That's something fun to watch.
Yeah.
Who won? I don't remember. Like someone named Gilmore or something?
Jim something.
Rusty Gilmore.
Rusty Trombone.
Oh, Taylor's on Get With the Programming. I don't see. Oh,
yeah.
James Gilmore won.
3:15. 1:15 your time. Taylor's going to be on with Get With the Programming.
Let me see. Get With. Is that show live?
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh shit! I'm gonna hit notify me. There's already one person waiting. With Taylor Self. Oh, that's cool. That's gonna be a big show for them. Give that a thumbs up. Taylor Self joins the show today as the guys sit down and see if their initial assessment of the programming still holds true after 3 weeks and hundreds of athletes putting the programming to the test.
Sweet.
That's fucked up. They did Bill dirty by doing the profile pic.
They need a front-on pick for both of them.
It's fucked up.
It's all right. He looks fine.
And to you, the guy who posted in the beginning of the show that this show has low energy, go fuck yourself. Bye-bye.